We are doing our Premier League Game Week 3 predictions in one take in 5 minutes. Let's get it.
Let's get right into it. We got Arsenal versus Brighton. This is going to be the first match of the game week. Obviously, Arsenal's coming off a 2-0 victory, kind of a smash and grab against Aston Villa, while Brighton's coming off a kind of a smash and grab as well, 2-1 win. It's going to be kind of difficult for Arsenal, though. I don't think they're fully firing yet, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a 2-1 Arsenal win.
Fair play. Brentford versus Southampton in London. Both teams struggling, I think. Southampton going to be in an absolute relegation scrap. Brentford, though, I think they're going to be comfy, and it's definitely a difficult ground to play in. Southampton just newly promoted, going to Brentford for the first time. I think they're going to struggle. Brentford's going to come out with the win, 2-1.
2-1. All right. Well, next up, we've got Everton versus Bournemouth. Everton absolutely got slapped up by Spurs last game. Meanwhile, Bournemouth, I think there's a controversial call in that Newcastle game. They ended up tying that. But I will say it is Toffee's home. I think Pickford is going to, rewatch that game. He's going to take, a night's sleep, kind of reinvigorate himself. And I think the boys in blue are going to get it done. Probably 1-0 against Bournemouth.
Ipswich versus Fulham. Ipswich, it's tough start to the season with Liverpool and then Manchester City. Fulham, flying high, free scoring, just came off a win. And I think they're going to continue their good form. Fulham going to Ipswich, I think they're going to win 3-0, 3-0.
All right, the Brummies are going to Leicester City's home stadium. Two teams going in very different directions. I think Leicester City will get relegated. Watch the video if you haven't seen our predictions already. But Aston Villa probably have the top 3 best midfield in the Premier League this season. I think it's going to be a very, very hard game for Leicester to even stay in it first 20 minutes. I'm going to say maybe 3-0, 3-0 Aston Villa.
Fair play. Forest versus Wolves. Forest at Forest's ground. This is a Midlands derby, right? Both Midlands? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know my geography. Forest, good start to the season, honestly. Just came off a big 3 points against Southampton. That's going to be an interesting relegation scrap between those two teams. Wolves just got thrashed by Chelsea. Maybe Chelsea are back, who knows? But it's going to be tough for both teams. I think it's going to be a pretty cagey match, and I think it's going to be a draw, 1-1.
All right, well, next up, ending off our Saturday, of course, West Ham at home versus the champions, Manchester City. On paper, West Ham have improved tenfold. On the pitch, I think they've improved quite a bit. Not as much as on paper, but I think Manchester City haven't improved as of late. With that being said, I think Manchester City usually slap them up. I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is going to be a tie. I think Manchester City are going to tie it late in the game, maybe in the 85th minute. Maybe Haaland, maybe a Doku. We'll see. 2-2.
Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, London derby at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea just flying high now. Came off 6-goal thriller, 6-goal win. You know what I'm saying? Crystal Palace just came off a loss versus West Ham. Not looking great. Maybe they're missing Olise a little bit too much. It's going to be difficult, bro. I think it's going to be difficult for both teams, though. It's not going to be simple for Chelsea. I think Glasner is still experimenting. Just played Mateta and Edouard in the same lineup, in the same starting 11. So he's trying things out. But I think Chelsea are going to get the business done in London, 2-1.
All right, and now we're going to the back end half of game week 3. I think is going to be the 2 biggest games. Up next, we got London City team Spurs going up to the north to St. James's Park. Very techy because I had high hopes in Newcastle, but it does seem like they're struggling a little bit. I think Ainge has got the boys kind of, a different level right now, if I'm being honest. So I think that Ainge is going to go into St. James Park and get the job done, but very, very brief. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur.
And then we got the biggest game of the weekend to finish it off. Derby, Manchester United versus Liverpool at Old Trafford. What are we saying? I mean, recent history is telling us that Liverpool smash United every time. Old Trafford is their training ground. It's that simple. Mo Salah always scores there. United just came off disappointing win. Heads are low against Brighton. Last minute dagger. Liverpool, 2 wins and 6 points, 2 clean sheets. Arne Slot's doing his thing. Trent's doing his thing. It's simple, bro. It's simple. I think the trend is going to continue. Liverpool win this, and I think they're going to smash them 4-1.
Wow. Well, there you have it, boys.